Wow, here's an inefficiently laid out spaceship. You know, just to get the all the processes at least are automated. So I'm producing railgun ammo here. It's beaconed, and you know. This assembler is a slow building, basically, and it's a slow recipe. But otherwise, we have, like, you know, rocket turrets, some laser turrets, and the laser turrets are the biggest consumer of factory. In total consumes around 30 megawatts, I think, or even 16. And the laser turrets are the ones that consume most electricity, but because of the high requirement, I'm not relying on solar or nuclear. I'm just going to fusion. It has like one generator, one reactor, and this is just to, you know, for free. This fuel fluid recirculates itself. So basically it just consumes this one, and you fill this building up once, like with 10 barrels or something is enough. Not even, you don't even need 10 barrels, it will recirculate. It can work like on 1 or 2 barrels easily. 1 barrel is 50 fluid, and this one is 10 fluid, so see how, even though it doesn't draw too much power now, but let's go to something and see how it performs. I mean, I can't go directly to oh, I can. But basically I have only 4 asteroid collectors, sorry. And the idea is, see, they come in and they get put on the belt. And this is a neat trick to use both sides of the belt, right? Then the joins the other one, and then another one, and finally this is the looped belt, right? So I'm reading the contents here in hold all belts, and I'm telling, you know, this is a gambling recipe. So see, we use 1 asteroid to get 3 asteroids back, if we're lucky. See, we got an asteroid here. You know, and it's for example, around volcanoes there's not enough how do you call them, these ice asteroids, right? But there are a lot of metallic. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa! Wait, pause the ship. Oh, it's already over. Oh, it doesn't matter. Uh-oh! Wow! Why don't I have dynamite? Because there's no coal. Because there's no carbon. Yeah, so like I said, it's not efficient, it just gets the job done. So yeah, basically this is the asteroid loop, and these recipes work. Where's the inserter? If they are more than 100, you can tweak these numbers according to your situation, right? But if the asteroids, see, this one is enabled, but its output is full. Interesting. Yeah, so you will probably need way more of these. But I have slow belts, so these produce more materials than, you know, these inserters. See, it's sitting idle. could really use more of these, you know, like consumes a lot of carbon. Maybe create a buffer for coal, or maybe more buffer for the finished rockets. You know, there's enough space to weave the belts around. But yeah, the turrets are set to fire only big and medium. And the laser turrets will take care of the small and medium. And these boys only shoot at the big ones. And these are not required for, you know, I could even use it because I'm producing the ammo anyway. But yeah, so, you know, I made a bit larger belt to store the asteroids. And yeah, you process them. This is advanced processing, of course. And it would have been better if I had, you know, switched these sides. If the, you know, the hot fuel, thruster fuel was on this side and thruster oxidizer is on the other, it would make the piping easier. But other than that, see, the blue fluid goes here and then feeds into this engine, so diagonally, and the other fluid, you know, opposite, diagonally. And here you just, you know, feed them through these holes. And this one, I mean, I don't even need this extra pipe, I think. These engines can just be staggered, you know, like, yeah. I don't know why I built this extra pipe. When I was building this, I thought I got rid of it, but I still, out of old habit or something. Because my other stations, well, whatever. So basically, yeah, the output is materials and asteroids. So you have to filter out the asteroids back. And, well, I mean, when you take something off, this belt will, well, I mean, this condition to filter something will stop the splitter from working if the output is full. Well, basically, yeah, if one of the outputs is full, then the splitter is not gonna bypass the product. So that's why I'm using another splitter to, you know, if see, I'm using the priority output on this side to feed the asteroids. But if I ever get too many asteroids, it gets, you know, put back on the belt, and at the end it will end up in the trash section. You know, this it will enter the buffer because of this condition, out priority. But if the buffer fills up, if anything excess gets dumped, because I'm using the sushi belt, and to get, you know, like these materials are together. If I'm run out of copper and I have too much iron, I need to dump iron, you know, to get more copper. So you'll inevitably end up with some form of dumping. And the material that you're not dumping is most likely the one you need. Oh, you know, and I read the finished materials. So see, I read this tank, water. I read dynamite. You know, basically all the sources that these 6 materials go to. And the copper. You know, you have to specifically say read contents for these buildings. And it seems like there's always about 15 or 20 dynamite. So when there's 20 dynamite, I send a signal to say, well, all of these have to be true. If I need one material, I need to get rid of all the rest to get the missing material, you know. because I didn't want to make the circuit network too complicated, you know, like I just read the conditions. So these are the full tanks and these are these values here. So if there's enough, you know, I send a signal and these inserters basically stop the production. They're only enabled when there is no signal. You know, you could do it other way, you know, like if they should work when there's a signal, but then you need to invert this one, you know, you should say less than here. And yeah, so I filter out the asteroids, and I guess I don't filter out this output. So if I ever get, you know, from this process, if I ever get too many metallic asteroids, the process will stall, or the belt will stall, unless I add a splitter here and then reroute it to the, you know, to the trash slot or here somehow. But the space is already limited, and this recipe is like 5% to produce an asteroid, so it's not a super priority. This belt will not fill up anytime soon. Well, I mean, these gambling recipes are quite fast, but it's possible that the system will stop, so I have like a small belt, extra belt, you know, I can just, you know, well, create some extra space just to get the belt moving, right, manually. I mean, this can be done in the remote view, you don't need to be on the space platform. Well, everything happens in the remote view here anyway. Yeah, so because of the asteroids that approach, you need some turrets around. That's why I'm using the laser turrets, because well, they shoot without ammo, right? Otherwise I would need to bring the rockets down here, or however other way you do it. Like, it seems like I'm dumping everything, like ice. I mean, I'm not controlling what I'm dumping, right? And just as soon as the buffer is full, it just gets diverted whatever is first on the belt. So it's quite sad that yeah, I'm not dumping the chunks because I think I'm out of chunks now. Or no, production has stopped. Yeah. I could even wire it to a lamp and see what's what. But it's like a starting design, you know, you can expand and perfect this design. And this process is the slowest out of all of these, see? Even the coal is quite fast. 2 seconds. But with all these productivity modules, even though you make 2 explosives, it's a 4-second recipe and it's quite slow. This one is quite fast. You get so much iron, you get so much steel. I don't even need to put anything specific to the foundry. And because of the research, well, whatever, you can adjust based on your experience, right? But yeah, these assemblers are quite slow. This one is quite slow. Well, I mean, I have it under a beacon. But basically, yeah, it's the same principle here. So I take off the ice, because if you're running, for example, nuclear, you won't be able to generate nuclear energy without water, you know, because you send steam into the turbine. But yeah, I filter out the ice cubes, and when this, see, I output with the priority here. But if I have too many ice cubes, I send them back, not to freeze the belt. And the same principle, you know, I filter out the carbon, and carbon needs to go two ways. Like, it goes to the fuel. So here, see, it goes to the fuel, and also this is the how do you call it? This is the filter, and this deals with the excess. I built this way, you know, like for example, this one splits carbon the two ways, but this one takes care of the excess carbon that we don't need. See, because this belt is full, so we send him back onto the main bus belt, so to speak. Yeah, the carbon goes up here for the coal synthesis. I should travel somewhere again, just to get the factory moving. I'm not sure if I can make it to this solar system edge. I'll probably kill that, or I'll save the game just in case. I mean, I probably need more than 2. Or maybe I'll run out of ammo or whatever. Yeah, you don't need too many engines, I don't think. The ship, I mean, it's nice to travel fast, but because of all the, you know, inefficient design, and I run through ammo too quickly. See? Don't have chunks now. You can even check this condition. I'm out of all of these. I'm good on the copper and iron, see? Those are quite abundant. But yeah, it's quite dangerous. I'll turn back because I don't have reserves. Oh, I'm already out. Wow, they go through the ammo quickly. Maybe. Oh! I want to make a space platform that has only, what do you call it? Brick. How do you call them? Brick walls or no? Oh, dude. Oh yes, it will kill me. Yep. Yeah, as soon as this building is destroyed, that's it. And yeah, so calcite goes 3 ways. It goes to the fuel and goes to the, or 4 ways even. Yeah, it goes here with the copper, it goes here with the iron, if you're using a foundry. And yeah, so it's tricky, right? There's not enough space, so calcite goes, you know, I split it 2 ways. It goes to the fuel, it goes to the other fuel oxidizer, and then I send the belt here as well, and then I goofed it a little bit. Where is it that how did I end up? Oh, I split it here. Yeah, I split it here again. So this belt is quite poor. I mean, priority should be the ammo production, right? Maybe I should store some ammo in the tank as well. Yeah, so this production takes priority because you can float through space slowly and whatever. The fuel is last priority, you know. If you don't have bullets, then your ship will rip, you know, get destroyed against the asteroids. So but yeah, calcite goes here undergroundy. So yeah, this is not the best design because see, I have the same principle, you know, you filter and then you prioritize. But this one doesn't go back to buffer, it goes directly to what do you call it, to the trash belt. So yeah, I kind of goofed this up a little bit, and then you have the sulfur, or rather iron. You know, you filter the iron, you prioritize it. You know, this one goes back on the main belt, but basically goes through here on the buffer. See, is this the last prioritizer? Either you send it to the buffer or it goes to the trash slot. And this belt isn't compressed. You know, even though it's not compressed, there's still some stuff that ends up on this belt. So yeah, it needs a little bit of rework, and but there's really not enough space. Maybe yeah, I got kind of goofed it up here. You know, I'd rather have another splitter here to say take the buffer as input first and then this one as last, but you never know, maybe. Well, then you can't guarantee what's in the buffer, right? It could be filled with one item and then the factory doesn't use anything, and then it slowly will push some useful products here, and then you can't or at least this design doesn't control what's going on the excess, right? So it's random basically. It will be something these processes don't use because of the conditions. Actually, oh yeah, see, I'm full of dynamite. Oh no, now it's stopped. Yeah, see, now it's stopped the production. So yeah, not to waste the asteroids, because it will end up here anyway. It will dump everything except, well, yeah. There's some random asteroids that they shoot, so you know the production activates and stops, activates and stops. But yeah, and the same for copper. You know, you split it, you, how do you call it, prioritize it first to the output, to the useful output, and then to the buffer. And this one, last one, says, you know, either buffer is full and then I send it here where it gets dumped. And there's like, I think there's two possibilities. You can either dump things into lava or you can dump things into space. Yeah, so I should have moved this one here, you know, space it out a little bit better, add more of these, and definitely add more ammo storage somehow. Maybe on the belts, maybe on the through this thing, because you can't build rails. You can't build what's it called here in space. Yeah, and these processes, like, you know, you put the molten iron in the belt. You need to produce a lot of dynamite, a little bit of steel, a little bit of copper wire, and those can be made directly. And then, you know, you have molten iron and the same thing. Steel is easy. These plates are for rockets, and dynamite, and then rocket dynamite. You know, first you add dynamite and then you add more dynamite. Like, that makes a lot of sense, you know. But yeah. You know, I use this little trick. I do an undergroundy so you can compress these outputs, inputs. And this little trick, you know, like, because the inserter puts it on the far side, and then this splitter, you know, this far side is untouched, but it sends it here, but it you know, it joins it back on itself, but it changes the lanes so it can fill up both how do you call them, both sides of the belt, and unfortunately I don't have the stack inserter or whatever it's called, bulk inserter now. Stack inserter. Stack inserter can take advantage of even more space on the conveyor line, so it will stack the products on itself. This one doesn't stack them, but the weakness of it is it can't. It's bad when operating with multiple products. So it would be very cool here to compress the belt even more. And here, yeah, because it would just have more product per belt unit. But yeah, that's a very simple layout. You know, not a complicated circuitry logic. You just literally connect them on one. How do you call it? One line. And if the wire is too short or too long, I mean, you know, you can't connect them. You can just use whatever element is there, either belt or even, I think it connects even to a pipe now. So you can just jump, you know, like how this one connected. But I don't have any what's it called conditions for it, so it's just used as a well, as a thing to extend the reach of the wire. You can also make electric poles in space. You know, otherwise you can't access this menu. Just to see the statistics of, or maybe there is a key now that opens, but I don't think. Yeah, because it all has a network. Or maybe, wait, is it here? Wait, here, electric network. But it doesn't show you, doesn't give you access. It only shows the lines. So yeah, I don't think there's another way to open the menu without building a power pole. But yeah, you'll need to adjust these values based on your belt, right? Currently it reads from this splitter all the way to this one. And also these tricks are for just to keep the belt moving, you know, like prioritize this input. And this input I don't even bother with it because there's almost no problems with this side. You know, these recipes take care of the excess how do you call them? Asteroids. See? A lot of metallic asteroids here and whatever. Yeah. It's a spaceship idea. I wouldn't say it's functional spaceship, I'll just call it a spaceship idea. You can take inspiration from it. Well guys, a quick tour of the final version of the house. I think, you know, like, I'm gonna go for this mage tower like thing. And also, I got raided by bats on my other house. So you know, like, I haven't had other raids, but that one time I had bats. Not on this house, but maybe I'll show you the other map. But where it did happen, it's like the dangerous world where I have all the bosses killed and stuff. Here I think I have nothing killed. But yeah, it's like this thin house this time, because you know, it's supposed to be the clock here, but it's nighttime, I think. It's hard to tell. I think it's nighttime. I can't see any shadows. But basically when the sun comes up, you'll see this thing can tell the time. You build it towards north, see? You turn towards north, and then you build out this kind of structure. And then you can tell by the shadow. So this base has most things, useful things, you know, like you can record your discoveries. And these islands are covered by... Actually, I should go there. Covered in workbenches. So yeah, this table is only to repair stuff. See, it's only level 4, so just to repair the stuff. How, you know, like obliterator, because you get a lot of crap, you know. Can't remember. There's some equipment in the barrel. But yeah, everything is built on an island. This, how do you call it? The portal is built inside the floor, see? Like this. So it's basically on the pillar. It has this small floor on the pillar, and then, you know, you complete the look by covering it up. Because they made this step to the portal non-walkable. So you need extra stairs somehow, or bury it in ground floor or something. Or, you know, like build, what do you call it? Like this. Somehow like this. Stairs over it, you know. You'll end up with clipping. So sad, right? It didn't used to be so, but when they changed the portal to be buildable on other surfaces, they somehow ended up with this design. But anyway, these are the, you know, the backup portal, the spare portals. This one leads to the stone. So if you forget your spawning point or whatever, you spawn back at the stones or rocks, or if you join the map as a new character. So here is the portal near the stones. So see, nothing is killed in this world. Should be quite peaceful, because when you kill, for example, Yagluth, you'll have random goblins, you know, like they are triggered. They're not a raid, they just trigger. And I can even show you in that other dangerous world, when you kill the queen, the seekers come after you the same way, and then the skeletons ambush you as well. So even if you make a new character in an already explored map, right, they will still come after you, even though you're level 1. So you have to make a new world for new characters every time. If you know, you can't. There's no workaround. You know, they just come after you no matter what, whether you have base buildings around or whatever, whether you're deep in the ashlands, probably they come after you, or deep in the mountain, doesn't matter. Well, maybe there are some limitations, but it's really bad. So this is the other portal I have, you know, specifically to get back to the stones. For example, if you have many hideouts, I have multiple hideouts on this one. See, I have the hideout portal is here on the stairs conveniently. So this one is HE. I have there's no HA, like hideout or home or whatever. H stands for an A, B, C, D is the number. So usually the starter base would be HA, the very first house without portals, you know, when you don't have anything, but you keep your first stub. So I don't really have HAs on my builds. So I have an HB, HC, and this is HE. Because the turns out the HB, this is my go-to portal. This is the blank portal, you know, when I'm out and about and I really and I get ambushed or quickly want to just drop off something or repair the stuff. So I just build a random portal, not random, but just any portal I can, and it will instantly take me, connect me back to the base, right? This one is the one I set. I moved all my stuff to the W, the warehouse portal destination thingy, and because this is the superior portal, you don't need to worry about taking stuff, you know, like the non-portable things. Like for example, here I keep the metals, so you can take all the portals through here and dump stuff here, and so you know it's accessible. And of course you need a secondary portal if the first one is for example, well, you forget which hideout did you connect it this main portal to or whatever. You quickly need to visit some other location, you can rename this one and then go. And it's built on the sealed tower. So you can't build anything here. Let's see. But you can suddenly build it just here somewhere. Just magically. The barrier ends and you can create a whole base just hanging in the air. Yeah, see? If I don't want to fall, or if I want to fall because I have a feathered cape. But yeah, I think nothing can raid you here. Like finally this location is finally peaceful. The seekers can't jump this high. Maybe the bats still ambush you here, because the cauldron event can reach anywhere, I think, with the base items. So yeah, that still requires testing. And this is the chest I keep my valuables here, or just when you arrive and you don't want to sort through it straight away. You know, like these are whatever. These are the normal items, these are the metal items, you know, and these are the food items. Nothing is here right now because I just freshly built this. Right, but you can really, you know, it's a lot of space here. You can either, you know, like use elevation or whatever. The add-ons for the workbenches, I really like the tools, so they are here. You know, the rest of the add-ons a little bit are here. You know, you have your fermenter, just, you know, you have your comfort items, the lamp, these are not activated, of course. This is for the light source, you know, permanent light source that you don't need to replace, you know, before you unlock the Dwerger lanterns. You know, you make the item stand and you hang one of these. It doesn't give too much light, but still it's better than nothing. Oh, right, you can add the signs on the post here, or you know, you create a post here and then you have your portal destinations, you know. You know, now the rest of the add-ons are here. And see, this is the trick to create the second floor. I mean, this uses a lot of materials, but Groston is quite how do you say, commonplace or abundant, I should say. So it's feasible that you'll have enough Groston. Just you know, like you don't know where to dump it, but you know, 3 columns high is built because of the reach of the add-ons. If you build the whole beam, you know, like in my previous video, the beam is a bit too high. You know, so it's harder to build the add-ons on the second or the first floor here, I guess, or whatever. I don't have access to the river, but I could easily build the stairs to access the ships. But you know, like when you have the flying cape, you know, like the feather cape, you just forget about ladders. You kinda just go everywhere just directly. You fall, and then you travel back with portals. But yeah, everything is covered. See, I have a... you can drive around with the ship around the island, and then you can just keep building out. And the trick to get started, if you have a really small island, for example, here, you know, like, you can build a base out on this rock. But, you know, to get started, you need to raise ground, right? But it won't allow you without the workbench, right? So a neat trick is to see if you can build a stack of these. You know, you can just build a stack of this one, and then if it goes high enough, it will allow you to build a... it doesn't reach. This one is even shorter. Oh no, this one allows building. Interesting. Yeah, but this is a trick to get you started, you know, you get a workbench, and when you get a workbench you can create infinite land afterwards. So you can build your house anywhere with a... Sometimes when sailing around I've encountered just in the middle of nowhere, you know, just randomly one rock will stick out, or a piece of pillar, you know, like the world will generate. I haven't traveled around the world too much now. After the Bog Reach update, maybe they made some updates to the map. But yeah, if you randomly stumble upon a rock in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean, I mean, that's the best place to to get started with a hideout, like a truly raid-proof hideout. You know, maybe only the bats will get you. But they shouldn't spawn if you have, how do you call it, workbenches everywhere. So I don't know. Well, the house, let's fly there. The house is built on air, basically. You know, this trick, the reverse pyramid. You know, you build out the stones, and then you have a platform, and then everything else is like H-shaped, you know. You don't really need anything in the basement floor. It's walled off. And to make it neater, you know, because it's shorter, you know, like, instead of the walls just clipping through here, I make the clipping here, take care of that. And yeah, just easy roof. I mean, this roof without the pillar, it says a red, like, how do you call it? Yeah, like this, similar to how it gets here. So I added one pillar for stability, but you don't really need to. I mean, you can build the roof without them. You know, you get started on the roof, so see? It shows red, but you can still build it. And yeah, when you're building, you know, the hammer breaks quite quickly, so first create some kind of, or have a way to portal to the to a workbench to repair your hammer, because it really breaks quite quickly. But yeah, that's it. There's nothing much to see here, just the comfort items. So you need a tar table, you know, you need the throne, you need the bed, and that's it. All the rest of the comfort items are here upstairs. You know, you have your hot tub, you have your, how do you call it, was it hearth? Why did I forget hearth? You have your new preparation table, you know, you have the meats preparation, you have cauldron. Cauldron isn't maxed out because I still need the spice rack, I think. Just hang it quickly here somewhere. Oh, whatever, it clips through the table. But ideally, I guess I could move this one here somehow. I don't want to mess around with this right now, but yeah, it's quite cramped. Maybe just build it upstairs on this wall, and that's it. And then the spice rack won't clip through the how do you call it, the table. And also, this new mechanic is quite interesting. So in creative mode, you know, like you don't need ingredients to make the food. So you can just call in food anywhere, so you don't need to carry, you know, inventory full of food anymore. So I don't know why they did it for creative mode, but there you go. Food gets destroyed very quickly in one swing. Even I think the very first enemy, the how do you call it, the grayling of the meadows, can destroy it in one swing. So it's very hard to resupply on the field in Ashlands because everything, most surfaces there are burning and stuff, and there's a lot of damage and chaos there. But yeah, so basically you eat this one, and then you use pipette tool. You know, you don't need to navigate the menu. I mean, I can remember, you know, they are here, and that's it. And you're topped up. So yeah, that's quick and easy. And these are the stamina foods, you know, like 1 food for the health and 2 for the stamina. But yeah, nice compact. I'm gonna call this mage tower design. Maybe I'll make it even more compact, like a column. But I think because of this trick, let's see, where can I go? Because of this reverse pyramid trick, you can get started with your house on a very small piece of land. So basically, you just find a sea rock and that's it. You can build a whole grand temple. But you don't even need grand temple, just build a warehouse on the sealed tower. Because you'll end up going there anyway, right? What? Oh, right, this gnome. This gnome inhabits the island, but he's an ally. He's like, he helps guard the place. Oh right, because it's Mistlands, right? The yawl can ambush you sometimes. So maybe, let's see. Water is very hard in Valheim. See, because I don't think I built any workbenches on this island, so maybe a yawl sometimes will raid me as well. So yeah, looking forward to when that happens. And yeah, welcome to the dangerous world. I'll put the armor on. It's the same design for the most part, but it's the wide design still. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have the sun clock here, and the sun is coming up. Oh no. But similar design for here. You know, I experimented with this, and I think I've perfected this design. So storage is still here. You know. Yeah, this is the spawning thing for the coordinates. When you arrive, when I arrive on this map, I arrive somewhere there in the water, and then I just swim to here. And I can return here without a portal, you know, to these coordinates. But yeah, I got raided. I think it was this house or another. No. This one, I got raided with the bats. See, I ran to this small island and then I fought the bats here. You know, so yeah, even though it seems like nothing should raid you here, the bats did raid me here. And maybe I can find the other location where the yawl raided me. Or it's not a raid, it's just, you know, like, because I'm too close to the land here. And or maybe not here, but these islands are a bit too close, so I need to cover them with the workbenches and try again to see if anything will raid me again or reach me or whatever. But yeah, so see, this basement is way more spacious, but also only three steps high, and this platform buries the portal. I think it should, at least. Yeah. See? Not sure why I did the same to this tile, but you just need to do it for one tile. But yeah, if you need to move the portal, then you'll need to rebury it again. So because it won't allow you to. Well, it's finicky, you know. You just have to learn the valheim. How do you call it? Buildings. Oh, actually, I wanted to go to the stones and show you that this is the dangerous world, because the witch sells ingredients based on which bosses are defeated, right? So I quickly made a new world. See, I experimented with the warehouse module here, but let's go to the... Or maybe I can use this one as well. Hopefully it's the right portal. And yeah, so you'll quickly see that the seekers are ambushing me, the fuelings. At least the fuelings are fighting the... well, those three mobs are fighting each other, I guess. But yeah, this world is officially very dangerous now. So... yeah, and the dangerous thing about those not raids, but I don't know, how should I call them? Invasions or whatever, is that they, well, if you're raising your tamed creatures, you know, those guys really, you know, wreak havoc on the base. So you have to design around that if you're gonna build a base. What are they aggroing on? They want to kill some boar? Yeah, and if you, for example, if you are luring the 2-star wolf, you know, you found someone, you're lucky, but they're gonna just wreck everything. You know, you just can't play in a world that's dangerous anymore. So starting from Yagluth, you know, don't kill Yagluth, because that makes the world super dangerous all of a sudden, or just requires so much effort to build a safe place, you know, after that. But yeah, thanks for watching. And also a little bit of Path of Exile, you know, like we were on this November 7 when these, well, the delayed Path of Exile 2 spawned an event in Settlers League, but you know, somebody recommended, I met a player. Yeah, so somebody, can't remember. Maybe this guy. Maybe he's leveling what do you call it? But oh yeah, everybody's trying the new event, see. But yeah, he suggested that I try this build and go sanctum farming. But it requires like 4 or 5 divines or 10 divines to get started, right? But it's done on an occultist character, right? And it relies on the critical strike mines and power charges to work. And also, I have no idea how to get these. You just roll them or buy them, or how do you get them? It's very poorly explained everywhere. But yeah, I was trying to level an occultist, but I kind of got stuck at level somewhere. So, I mean, 3. I'm using this inefficient tree. See, I started out with brands. It was quite nice, but then the brand damage dropped off at some point. And yeah, this character is weak as a twigs. No defenses, wearing tabble. I just wanted to quickly get into it. And the best thing I found, like, the cold dot version is dead because the vortex isn't. You can't cast vortex instantly anymore. And yeah, so I quickly put together these curses. Warlord's Mark, Malevolence, like Vixen's Entrapment. It cost me 9C. I didn't want to bother with the AFK traders. But yeah, I had Temp Chains, like Despair. But doesn't help too much, this one. Maybe only the additional curse, but otherwise. Yeah, I didn't have sockets for my, for more duration here. The 4, how do you call them? 4... Yeah, but see, no damage on this build. Like, you can't even call this build, but the character, right? So I don't know how to play occultist. And on the max roll, for example, there's no occultist characters as well to take inspiration from. And a quick, how do you call it? Man, I'm forgetting the controls. How was I doing it? Oh, right. Yeah, the one forum post or whatever Reddit post somewhere suggested that he uses Chalice of Horrors, maybe these entrapment gloves, and then Bane, right? So I quickly linked it with whatever. Not even sure if it. I think it's supported by all of these. Well, I didn't know what to put as a 5th link. But yeah, as you can see, damage isn't there, so it's really slow. I don't have any specific leveling items, and I'm not like knowledgeable in the game. But like you might think, oh, these mobs die and whatever, but no. I'm gonna show you how low DPS is it. Like, for example, the character I play with 0 investment, without tabular and a 4 link, right? Even a 3 link. This boss would have been already over this phase. See, I have Blight. I cast everything on the boss. But see how I'm just tickling him. I mean, I can still kill him, but still, look. I need to... whatever, be afraid of them or constantly under threat of dying. Like, you can't compare, like, the experience I get when I'm playing a Necro character, right? So yeah, it's really hard to level up an occultist. There's no description in the video how to get to the level. Just, you know, put the items on, and I put the gems together or whatever that are, you know, explained here. But there's really, well, I mean, I haven't completed the tree, you know, even a little bit into the power charge or whatever. But still, there's very little DPS, you know, like to get to finish the acts, because most of the items are equipable at level 60 or 70 and stuff like that, right? So where are the items? All of these. Didn't even check how expensive they are in trade yet, but see, 65, 68. That one's 54. But still, you know, like, it's really hard to, at least for me, to play as an occultist. I don't know. Maybe you know a better way. Yeah, I mean, I can record, you know, I'm gonna start this event now. Everybody starts fresh. The, how do you call it, the economy is reset, you know. So it's, I don't know which one, probably the normal one. I don't know why they call it necro.
Why do the king of
But yeah, like, you
you
can't beat the summoner opening.
Innocence is our father.
I'm gonna reach the level and show you the fight again, and it's like I barely entered the room and it's like the boss is already retreating. I'm like, huh? Where's the boss? Come on, what's going on? And that's like no investment at all, like zero. You buy a new computer, you install Path of Exile, you know, you register a new whatever, new Gmail, you know, and you download Path of Exile and start with no investment, zero, you know. And you choose the summoner, you know, here. You can't choose the scion because it's locked on your new account, right? And you know, compared to the occultist, for example. So yeah, nobody is playing or leveling an occultist specifically, because playing, anybody can play, right? But you have to end the act somehow. But that's a little bit of a rant right now, right? But let's get I don't know. Whatever. Random name. Just so you can spell it out. And also I found that you can't proceed, it won't allow you, unless you equip the wand. Like, see? You have to equip the wand. And also you can't have move command here. I think it won't let you. So the zombie, oh, it will. Ah, I didn't touch it actually. Too bad. Yeah, so this is how I like to play. Put the fireball. Yeah, and see you at the boss now. Actually, what's the loot filter at? Where is it? Normal one. No, strict hide too much, so maybe, whatever. Huh? Oh, dude. Whatever. Maybe. Well, successful. Oh, that was that. Whatever. That was the old one, I guess. Crucible. Yeah. But yeah, what I wanted to say, on this character, you know, like on the summoner, you get all the gems from the quest rewards. You don't need to buy extra gems, or you know, like 1 or 2 here and there for quality of life, like flame dash, and you can buy clarity. But you don't really need to, right? So it's like the easiest character to play when you have 0 gear. Like the Toxic Rain, for example, I played it. It's quite a nice character, but you know, you run out of DPS when you reach. You can reach about, you know, with default setup, with a little investment, you can reach about tier 10 maps, and then the damage drops off dramatically, where the bosses just get tickled instead of you know, of quality of life. But yeah, thanks for watching.